In today's video, we will learn about the vestibulocochlear nerve, which is the 8th cranial nerve, including its origin, pathway, functions, and clinical implications. The name vestibulocochlear reflects the two major components of this nerve. Vestibular part that relates to balance comes from the vestibule of the inner ear, and cochlear part which relates to hearing comes from the cochlea, a spiral-shaped organ in the inner ear. So, the vestibular nerve is named for its dual role in balance and hearing. Both the components of the vestibulocochlear nerve originates separately. The cochlear division originates from the spiral ganglion located within the cochlea of the inner ear, transmits auditory information from hair cells in the cochlea to the brainstem. Whereas the vestibular division originates from the vestibular ganglion, also known as Scarpa's ganglion, located in the internal acoustic meatus. Carries information from the semicircular canals, utricle and saccule. All of these structures control balance and spatial orientation. Both the cochlear and vestibular divisions merge to form the vestibulocochlear nerve. The nerve enters the internal acoustic meatus in the petrous part of the temporal bone along with the facial nerve. Inside the internal acoustic meatus, the cochlear nerve travels and reaches the cochlear nuclei in the medulla. The vestibular nerve projects to the vestibular nuclei in the pons and medulla and to the cerebellum. The vestibulocochlear nerve is a purely sensory nerve with two main functions. Cochlear division is responsible for hearing. It transmits sound signals from the cochlea to the auditory cortex via relay nuclei in the brainstem and thalamus. The vestibular division is responsible for balance, posture and spatial orientation, detects head movements and position changes through input from the semicircular canals, utricle and saccule. It also helps coordinate eye movements via connections with cranial nerves 3, 4 and 6. It is an important component of the vestibulo-ocular reflex. Lesions of the vestibulocochlear nerve can lead to cochlear nerve damage resulting in sensory neural hearing loss, especially on the affected side, and or tinnitus, which is ringing in the ears. Vestibular nerve damage may cause vertigo, a sensation of spinning or imbalance, nystagmus or involuntary eye movements, disequilibrium especially when walking or turning, motion sickness or nausea. Common causes of dysfunction of vestibular nerve include: number 1, acoustic neuroma or vestibular schwannoma, which is a benign tumor of Schwann cells affecting vestibulocochlear nerve. Early signs include unilateral hearing loss, tinnitus and balance issues. May eventually compress 7th cranial nerve and brainstem. Number 2, labyrinthitis or vestibular neuritis, which is inflammation of the inner ear or vestibular nerve. Presents with sudden vertigo and nausea, sometimes hearing loss. Number 3, Meniere's disease. This is a disorder of the inner ear fluid balance. It causes episodic vertigo, fluctuating hearing loss, tinnitus and ear fullness. Number 4, trauma or skull fractures, especially involving the temporal bone, can affect vestibulocochlear nerve function. Number 5, certain antibiotics are ototoxic, like gentamicin and chemotherapy agents can damage hair cells and affect vestibulocochlear nerve. To conclude, the vestibulocochlear nerve is essential for two key senses, hearing and balance. With its dual divisions, it helps us hear the world around us and maintain stability and orientation. Damage to this nerve can significantly impair quality of life, making early recognition and diagnosis crucial. Its name rightly reflects its two primary roles, vestibular balance and cochlear hearing. In the next part, we'll continue with the other cranial nerves. Stay tuned. Thank you for watching. Do like and share the video and subscribe the channel to learn more.